Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of TV Junkie Jennaration. Ooh. I have no idea why I did it like that, but maybe it's because I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose freaking control, and I think I like it. Because I'm fired up about my early review I'm going to tell you about for Lifetime's two-part miniseries, The Red Tent, which is December 7th and 8th at 9 p.m. on Lifetime. Obviously, part 1 is December 7th at 9 p.m. The Red Tent, yes, is based on the book, The Red Tent. It's a biblical tale, but don't let that scare you away. Many times people, when they hear biblical tales, if they're not super religious or don't know a lot about the Bible, they feel like they shouldn't watch. I don't know that many biblical tales. I never felt lost. It has really nothing to do with how much you need to know about the Bible or biblical tales to watch this. Trust me. Don't even let that dissuade you from watching this. You'll really be missing out on something fantastic on television. It's based on the lead character, Dinah, who is the son of Jacob. He has 4 wives. He's a shepherd, and she falls in love with a prince, and he falls in love with her. Obviously, back then, a shepherd, prince, very different social status, and they fall in love, and it's a beautiful love story, but at the same time, it kind of rains fire on her and her family when these two make this decision and fall in love. And that is what this is about. The Red Tent back then was a tent that the women would gather in to swap stories, to prepare the other women for what's coming in life, to talk to their children about things when they were growing up. Women only in the Red Tent. So that's why it's called the Red Tent. So it's just an incredible story. So let me get into the pros because I could really just blather on forever. And I don't want this to be a 10-minute long video because I want you to continue to watch. So first, what I love. The cast, outstanding. I mean, I really don't even need to say that much because we all know how fantastic this cast is. Deborah Winger, no words needed, amazing. Minnie Driver, Marina Baccarin, who you'll know from Homeland. And the lead, Dinah, is played by the outstandingly talented Rebecca Ferguson, who I fell in love with on The White Queen. She was incredible in The White Queen. Just even the way she would stand there with her royal garb on in The White Queen. Her presence alone, even when she's not speaking, says thousands of words. She's one of the most talented and complex actresses around, and this lead character, Dinah, is exactly that. There is no one better to play the role than Rebecca Ferguson. I'm so happy for these casting decisions. You'll see a lot of familiar faces in there. You'll see someone from Game of Thrones. The cast is outstanding. Enough said on that. Also, what I love about it, another thing, so, is that Lifetime really put a lot of effort into making this look authentic. Very true to the actual biblical tale. You feel like you are transported back to ancient Egypt and sitting on the sidelines and watching this all happen live. Morocco was where they filmed, which is such an appropriate place because Morocco can be so beautiful and you just can't take your eyes off of the scenery. But at the same time, the desert can be so deadly and it could just destroy you. And this is a story about the lead, Dinah, who falls in love with the prince, who falls in love with her. And I think that Morocco in love can be compared because, you know, when you're in love, you just are totally consumed by it. And you're so happy. Your heart just feels like it could explode because you are so in love with someone. You know, on the other hand, love can be devastating and can tear you apart and make you feel like you just can't take anymore. Very similar to the Moroccan desert and Morocco. So I feel like it was a very appropriate place to film. I'm so glad they didn't film it on a green screen in LA. Other than that, the costumes alone are incredible. I mean, look, when you have an ad that we've all seen for this, for the Red Tent, with, you know, Rebecca Ferguson, as you see, standing on top of the cliff. You can see the red tent. She has this beautiful silk dress floating behind her. When you have an advertisement like that, your hopes are high, and it delivers it. The costumes are amazing. The jewelry is amazing. As you know, I love jewelry. There's a lot of jewelry. There's some exchanging of jewelry. Everything looks so intricately done and so well thought out. So you really feel transported, and you really do. Everything, it looks so authentic. Nothing looks fake. They obviously put a lot of time into the background and costumes. Next thing I love is that Lifetime actually shows the complexities of female characters. Yes, the Red Tent is a story about, the women behind the men in the biblical tales. Many biblical tales are about men. We don't get to hear a lot of the women's side, and the Red Tent is the woman's side of a biblical tale. And as we know from the beginning of time, behind every great man is a great or even greater woman. So it was very exciting for me to see the women's point of view and the women's story from back in these times. And they show Lifetime really breathed life into this book, into just women characters. Many times women characters on TV are one note. These women are not. They are so complex. The lead, Rebecca Ferguson, who plays Dina, our lead character, our lady in love. I mean, Dina is wide-eyed and innocent and wants to experience everything and is so, excited. But at the same time, she's, strong and stubborn and steadfast in her beliefs. And she has an iron will. And women can't be all of those things at one time. And we, can one day be one thing and the next day be another thing. And it was so refreshing to see Lifetime really honor these characters and these women and how complex they are. It was just really, really moving. The story is so complex, yet so easy to understand. And there are so many stories that interweave, yet you feel like you relate. I mean, it's about family and love and the bond between a mother and her daughter and what you will sacrifice for someone you love and how you do sacrifice when you're in love. I mean, these are all things we're familiar with, that people have been dealing with since, these biblical tales actually happened. So there's just so many relatable moments. As for the cons, I'm not really sure I have any cons. I mean, if I tried to drag a con out of the air, if I had to, maybe there's a lot of characters, so sometimes it can be hard to keep track. But that's really stretching it. I'd say it's mostly if all pros. I'd give it 9 hair flips. This is an incredible tale, biblical tale. Lifetime did a spectacular job with it. In my opinion, when you watch a show on TV and when it's over, you feel like, wow, it's over already? It felt like it was 5 minutes. That is a good TV show. When you're watching a TV show that you're so engulfed in it, a fire alarm could be going off around you and you wouldn't even hear it because you are just so consumed with the story that you don't even look away from the TV. That is a good TV show, and The Red Tent is both of those things and more. You do not want to miss it. I promise you it'll be worth it. It's an amazing tale that is worth watching. It's The Red Tent, Lifetime, December 7th and 8th at 9 p.m. I give it 9 hair flips. You got to watch it. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.